Welcome. The time is 2:58 p.m. In United States. That's Minnesota Central Time, and I'm here today again, uh, as usual, to bisect and also dissect what is trending in the political arena, giving our opinion, and also trying to analyze what next or what might happen in our politics, and giving all our ideas what should be done so that our country can move forward in terms of economic development, peace, and also to try and help the youths to be able to acquire education and have jobs. But that one seems not to be working in our current status in the country. Why? The reason is because of the poor leadership that we continue to experience every day. But so tomorrow for the people of Kenya is the greatest day. It's one of the days that we have been talking almost all week here on what is going to happen in our country. June 25th is already here. What's trending? What's going on? I'm going to update you all those things as you are tuned in and as you are watching on this YouTube channel. The channel is The Minor Show. I welcome you all as we grow together. So all I want is you to be in a position to click on the subscribe button, then be able to subscribe to my channel, and you can also write me a comment on the best way to improve our discussion or our podcast. Thank you so much as we are going to discuss this and any other emerging issue that we might meet on the way. But the most important thing is that today is Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga was in Mombasa, and he said some things that he was advising the agency to protest, yes, to be on Mandamano, but he was like advising the agency to be able to provide the police where and the time they are going to finish their protest, and they should be moving from one place to another. That is irony, It's something that should not even be coming from Raila Odinga, trying to advise the protesters to give notice and also provide the routes they are going to use so when they will be protesting, because the reason behind that is that Raila Odinga is one among the people who have done most protests in the country, but no time did we ever see him doing that, like trying to provide the route where the people will be moving and the time they are going to finish the Mandamano. So when he was using the Mandamano, he was using it for the wrong purpose, but the agency right now, they are using Mandamano for the right purpose, and they are fighting for their rights. They are fighting to get jobs. They are fighting to end the corruption, which Raila Amolo Odinga is one of them. So he's been using the Mandamano as a bargaining chip, and for the first time, imagine this. Did you know the agency were the first group of people to make Raila to be exposed into the public, how he's been using the protest to be able to sell his agendas, to be able to do the boardrooms and design, and have come up with some deals, calling them some names, not limited to handshake, not limited to broad-based government. So those are the deals he has been doing in Kenya since the tenure of Moi, who was one of the longest serving presidents. So when we hear Raila Amolo Odinga, he has chickened out, so he's trying to be among the group. He's trying to force himself. One thing, Kenyans, I want you to know, Raila Odinga is not used to this kind of being in the cold. Raila Odinga is used, to be in the public domain. But now seems that whatever is doing by supporting the government, it's really becoming very difficult because he's got no say anymore. He's not got the ability to give the directions to Kenya. So it's been a very difficult, cold moment for our Raila Amolo Odinga. So I think his statement was trying to there's nothing he could have done actually, because he had to say something, and if he has to say something, he has to try to synchronize that message into people understanding that he also stands for the maandamano. But unfortunately, the statement could tell the struggle he has from inside where he doesn't want this one to go on. So that's among other things that we are going to discuss here today. Those are among other things we are going to discuss here today. So if you have something to say, you can write a comment, then we will read the comments later when we have another episode. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I see we are growing very, very well. I like what I'm seeing, but the main reason we want to grow together is to be able to address the issues that affect our country. We don't want to live in a country that is corrupt. Nobody's talking about corruption which is going on in the government. The Kenyan government is the most corrupt government in the whole world. There's no open corruption that is done in a government that is led by the constitution, the government that should be following the law. But in Kenya, things are done with the corrupt politicians are doing things because they know they are above the law. Nobody should tell you that in Kenya. Nobody should tell you that in Kenya the law governs everybody equally. No, most people, politicians, are above the law. So I want to take you through what is trending today. We had a joint statement from the ambassadors and high commissioners in Kenya. So this one, I think, has really given the Kenyan government pressure, and they really don't know what they should do to address the tomorrow protest, because the more they are going to kill Kenyans, the more they are becoming aggressive towards the protesters, the more they are receiving the pressure from the international bodies or international organizations. And that's why Kenya will always, the Kenyan politicians will always want to come and defend themselves by trying to intimidate those foreign countries, like, oh, you know what, we are independent country. We are not an independent country. If we were, we should be following the constitution. We should not be abducting the citizens, and more so abducting the most productive generation. The Kenyan government is abducting the most productive generation, and those are the youths. And as I explained earlier is in some of my videos, is that the Gen Z generation we have right now is the generation that is in loggerhead with the previous generation. Why? The current generation is complaining why the previous generation they allow us to suffer that we are suffering today. If they had fought for our rights, we couldn't be here today. For those who have read one of the books that is talking about the Jews, about the how the Hitler killed them and how the formation of the Israel as a country, there's one thing before the first prime minister of Israel said, we will never be killed while we are kneeling down. The same way the Gen Z have declared that they will never suffer while they are quiet. You are not going to bribe them. You are not going to bribe them. You are not going to intimidate them, and you are not going to scare them. So the youths have stood up and they have said enough is enough. So this, I'm going to read for you the joint statement. I hope I will be able to be loud enough. So this is the joint statement by the ambassadors and high commissioners in Kenya. June 25th marks 1 year since Kenya voiced their concern through widespread protesters or through widespread protest at the 2024 financial bill. We remember those who lost their lives and reaffirm every Kenyan's right peaceful assembly and to express themselves. So at that point, they are trying to say that on June 25, 2024, there was a protest in Kenya, but again, they are aware that there were lives which were lost. And they are trying to voice their voice by saying they are going to reaffirm the Kenyans' right to peaceful assembly to express themselves. That's a very good point. In other words, they are supporting the tomorrow's protest. I don't know what the government is going to do at that point. And they continue, as the citizens prepare to mark this anniversary, we call upon on all to facilitate peaceful demonstration and to refrain from violence. So Kenyans have been refraining from violence. The police and the goons are the ones who usually try to interfere with the peaceful protest. And people, the reason why the government and this government, the Kenya Kwanza government, can never sit peacefully or help the people to protest peacefully is the fear of numbers. Trust me, and that's why you see everything is trending in Twitter is saying fear that our strength is on the numbers. So it's trending saying our strength is on numbers. Why? If the Kenya Kwanza see so many Kenyans protesting, they know the perception. So that's what actually they're trying to avoid. So if the Kenyans come out in large numbers, the Kenya Kwanza government will be intimidated, and the perception will be they have lost the governing of the country. So I think that's why they fight very, very hard never to allow the protest to happen, and that's why they come up with goons and the police to disrupt and infiltrate the protesting. So they continue and say we are trampled by the use of hired goons. That's a big word. When a country that is ruled by rule of law, and you realize that the government which is supposed to use the rule of law is hiring goons, and that's the end of that country, and we are living in a banana republic. So I think that's a very good point. I like this statement which is written by the joint ambassadors. So they are against the use of hired goons which are infiltrating the peaceful demonstration. So I don't want to go further from there, because the main point is driven home that they are standing against the brutal murder of the Kenyans, and they are supporting the protest of the Kenyan youths, so that they can be able to remember the fellow youths who were killed, the productive generation which is being eliminated by the old generation which is led by His Excellency William Samoei Ruto. So that's a big thing. Then the fine things are happening already in Githurai. Already there is a lot of protest which is going on there, and people are already starting preparing themselves. People are singing, praying at the CBD already. So there's a lot of things which is going on. And I saw a statement from Murkomen suggesting that I can't find it. Suggesting that in some countries like America, he was suggesting that in some countries like America, if you were found tweeting about the White House, the Secret Service will come out and arrest you. No, Mr. Murkomen, you need to understand, when the police in these developed countries, if they feel like they need to arrest you, they will come with the arresting warrant. They must have a warrant to arrest you. Then after that one, they will interrogate you and make sure you go to the court and face justice. No day the Secret Service will come for you, abduct you, and go kill you. And no day these developed countries, the countries which are led by the constitution, will always arrest the youth from their houses, take them to the police cell, and kill them in the police cell. So Murkomen, that's not true. Your statement is wrong. Your statement is wrong, and we can call you for that. So that's among the things which are going on in Kenya. People are preparing themselves for tomorrow. There's a lot of things going on in this country. So people are preparing themselves tomorrow. So the main trending is Syrian numbers, June 25th. I like that. Syrian numbers, and it's June 25th. So there is these things which is going on. Kenyans are designing their eulogies. So they are saying is that one has really intimidated the government because they don't know what they're going to do. Because how can you kill someone who is already dead? Kenyans are already saying we are ready to die. They are giving the events that led to their demise. So it's so interesting that there are so many Kenyans who are just now designing their eulogies, having their photos, and also wishing the society the best and wishing their parents the best, that they did what they could. So there is also judiciary has also tweeted right now, 9 hours ago. I wish to assure the nation, that's Chief Justice Martha Koome, who is also under pressure. I wish to assure the nation that even in these trying times for our democracy, the judiciary continue to stand firm and ultimate guardian of the rule of law. Our judges and the judicial officers will remain steadfast in their role as steward of justice to resolve the dispute impartially, upholding constitution values and applying the law fairly without fear, favor, bias, or ill will. That's according to the Chief Justice. I hope they can do that. Everything in Kenya right now is under pressure. So you can tell me what you think about tomorrow. I see most clubs, people are celebrating. And I'm telling you, Nyakunda has really stood up and is tweeting every minute. So there's a Minister of Interior has already sent out a tweet and giving and instructing the Kenyans what they will do and what they will not do. Number one, you can express yourself peacefully. That's do's. Stay within the designated zones of the protest. I don't know which one is this. Stay within the designated zones of protest. Move with a group of protesters. And I accept this one. Kenyans need to move with a group of protesters so that when they will be attacked by the same ministry, they will be able to have the strength to push forward. Protest within the legally allowed time. This is subject to debate. And they're saying this is what you don't need to do tomorrow, according to the Minister of Interior. Remember, it's the Minister for Interior, that's Murkomen. Do not provoke police is the first one. I don't know who usually provokes police. The police provokes the protesters. They start throwing the tear gas. So this statement is not true, Mr. Murkomen. Do not interfere with the peace of non-protesters. Yes. So please, Mr. Murkomen, do not go hire goons again so that they can disturb the peace of those non-protesting people who are doing their own business. The business of people tomorrow is to protest, move around the city, wherever they have decided to move around, to express themselves against your regime. So do not damage property. Yes, can you ask your goons not to damage properties? Don't hire goons because tomorrow they are coming to damage properties. I hope you get that point clearly, Mr. Murkomen. Your ministry should understand protesters, the Kenyan protesters, they always work with the water bottles, handkerchief, and their phone. Do not attempt to preach protected areas. So this is an intimidation because already the Kenyans have said they are going to report to the house that's the state house. They are going to report there and try to have a tete-a-tete with the president. That is on June 25th. Do not carry any weapons. Nobody has ever carried weapons. I can assure you, Mr. Murkomen and your regime, it's your government that hires goons and buys them weapons so that they can kill, murder, and maim the innocent Kenyans. So we have a list of fallen heroes. So tomorrow we will be reading their names as people will be protest. I will be here taking you through what will be happening on June 25th. Well, that's what I had for today. Please, I request you continue supporting me. Go to my YouTube channel, that is the Minor Show, so that you can be able to subscribe as we dissect, give the opinion to what is trending and what is happening in our country as we try to analyze the political arena and see the way forward so that we can be able to develop our country in terms of economics, in terms of peace, and also in terms of education, among other, not forgetting or limited to ending corruption and also fighting for the human rights. Thank you so much, as you will see the next videos coming soon.